Hello everyone, this is Luna, and I'm back with another video for Vanguard Zero. It's time for the shutdown arc to continue. I have been persuaded to behave, but only temporarily. Only temporarily. I don't listen to Myojin very often because I don't feel like I have to. But for now, I will behave. I've always found it rather puzzling why our ancestors left the sea. Why our ancestors left the sea for life on the land. What did they see beyond the worlds they knew that made them risk a whole new way of life? One where even breathing was a challenge. It was a new frontier. You'd have to agree that the world we know today has strayed far from that initial dream of theirs, correct? Chrono is 14. I don't think he cares, Myojin. Koji Ibuki, Mamoru Enjo, and your fellow branch managers. It is now my duty to pass judgment on all of you. You are members of the Promotion Association, and yet you have been working against it. It's time to teach you a lesson. Working against the association? We want people to enjoy Vanguard. You're promoting the exact opposite of that. Mamoru, this judgment, let me be the one to accept it. Before we bring this trial to a conclusion, I'd like you to leave today's card fight to me. Stand up, Vanguard. Inishi, you're a member of the Promotion Association, so why are you siding with Ryuzu? We should be working together to ensure everyone enjoys Vanguard. The vision of Mr. Myojin has not changed one bit since he first established the Promotion Association. Through the power of Vanguard, he wants to ensure happiness in this world. I firmly believe that his way is the only option. If we are going to shed any proper light on the future of this dark, dark world. I firmly believe that his way is the only option. If you are going to shed any proper light on the future of this dark, dark world. Satoru, I think you're talking about a different world. Maybe you should be talking about this one, the one where I reside in. Because I think that it is going on a much darker path, and you're clearly misinformed. I have been told this is not behaving. Alright, fine. This world is far from being perfect, because it's filled with sorrow, pain, and conflict. I'm a writer. Do I care? Do I care? The answer is no. I am being told I am still not behaving. Oh, what is behaving then? YouTube doesn't really give me many... It doesn't define that for me. It doesn't help me understand what it's trying to say I can and can't do. The only thing it's properly clarified is that I can say damn and hell all I want. And I'm pretty sure I understand why. Which is rather disturbing, but I'm absolutely going to abuse those terms. And probably be banned when YouTube decides it's time to ban them again. Although I doubt they'll ban hell at any point. Damn, maybe, but I'm not sure. I mean, there is such thing as a non-curse. I mean, you know that beavers build dams, right? I'm pretty sure they accept that for, that reason. Then again, I don't know what's wrong with my F-bombs. Myojin says that my F-bombs are unacceptable and I should stop throwing them out like nothing. I'm not sure what his issue with my F-bombs are, considering he's not actually a child, but sure. He apparently sides with YouTube on this one. I'm not surprised. Also, I'm not sure he understands why pain exists. Myojin, there's a reason that pain exists. If you take it away, you don't want to know what happens if you do that. But basically, there are conditions where there's like this condition where you can't feel physical pain. And I become squeamish as soon as we discuss that, so I'm not going to bring it up. I will not Google this because this is a bad thing to Google and I don't need it in my search history. I just know that I've heard of it, a condition where someone doesn't acknowledge physical pain because their body just doesn't register it. It's actually very, very dangerous. You have to deal with it. Your friends have to deal with it. Even I have to deal with it. You're an adult, Myojin. You should understand to deal with it. I mean, honestly. But there isn't a single person, there isn't a single human being alive who doesn't have to endure pain and suffering. Yes, I know. That's what I've been talking about for these... Everyone's in the same boat, but for some reason they can't work together as one. Yes, I must admit that I don't understand this either, Myojin, but I definitely do not agree with your approach. I disagree with your approach heavily. You're going about it the wrong way, but I must admit that I'm very confused. And I don't understand why you can't work together. I don't understand. I'm very confused about all this division. But you know what? At least I'm not trying to do things your way, Myojin, because that's the wrong way. He says that this is far from behaving, and I'm just going to disagree. I would like to behave the way that I want to, Myojin. Shut up and let me record. Theoretically, it should be a very simple thing to do. What I want more than anything else is for everyone to be happy. I would like that as well, Myojin, but that's unrealistic. Because for everyone to be happy, I just don't feel like that's realistic. I mean, it should be. It should be, yes. In theory, it should be very realistic. But the problem is, when you start factoring in human decisions and individuals and all that, you find that we quickly come into conflict with each other. And for some reason, we disagree that everyone should be happy. We hard disagree on that. We decide that some of us should be superior than each. It's very weird and awkward, and I don't like that. But I admit that pain has its place in the world, and so does... Of course I agree with that, don't I? Well, we're going to ignore my biases, because honestly, I don't think that I get a say in the matter, regardless of what they are. With the new future we're creating from Strikegate, people will be relieved of their hatred, forget their conflicts, and they will welcome this new way of life, an era of reason and peaceful interaction. An era... Dude, I need conflict. Writing is founded on conflict. Without it, life is boring. Did I just say that without conflict, life is boring? That's very terrible, I know, but I mean, listen, I am a writer, and I know that stories need conflict to be interesting. And I'm not going to say that we're going to get away, that we're not going to throw away conflict. That's not happening. Not while I'm alive. And you know why? I'm not even going to bother discussing it, because I think that it would be too in bad taste. And I think that I have a limit. Yes, I believe I have a limit, and right now, I need to discuss other things. However, if you give me a life where there's no conflict at all, no pain, no struggle, I think I'd be very bored. And I don't think that I would be happy with this. It just wouldn't be right. I mean, if we all came together and agreed on a way to behave and be happy together, as an entire species, I'd be fine with that. But that's not what we're going to do, because that's what I've learned over the course of my time being alive. It's unfortunate, but I mean, I see what I see. I can't change what is reality. We look to a future where everyone will live in peace. That's what I am wishing for. Isn't that what you want too? Yes, but we should desire real peace, not forced peace. Because forced peace is exactly why I say a utopia is more like a dystopia. Like they're on both sides of the same coin. And I don't think I can reasonably discuss this within the span of this shutdown arc, but I do think that they're two sides of the same coin. Because you see, once you've reached a utopia, you have to maintain it. And how are you going to uphold this magical utopia? Who makes the decisions that's going to remain one? It sounds like a very corrupt way of keeping things in a way that is viewed as perfect, but actually isn't. So I think utopia is actually a form of dystopia. You might even say that they're inherently intertwined. But that is a very complicated subject. I shouldn't bring it up. But Myojin is doing this to me. He's making me think about all of this. No one is going to say they're against peace. They're not going to say they're against this or that. But they are going to oppose how Myojin is trying to accomplish it. That's the main point. That is the problem. Is something like that even possible? If you want my opinion, Chrono, the answer is no. There is no limit to the power of the imagination. But you already know that. I agree with this. I agree. The imagination is very powerful, and I know because I've got one. I've got one, yes. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. You may not agree with me, and I can accept that for now. But once the new era has arrived, you will understand for yourself. This doesn't sound like free will. This doesn't sound like free will, Satoru. And I believe that we need free will, which is why, no matter what I oppose, I ultimately defend the right for every individual to think for themselves. Do I think that we should allow our free will to harm each other? No, but I don't have a choice in the matter, do I? I have no control over reality. Is that it for the cutscene? Or wait a minute, hold on. Is there a card fight in this video? I can't remember. I had to leave for a bit, obviously. But I mean, the emulator also crashed in the last video. I mean, it froze. And that's why I ended the video. So, you know, everyone knew I was going to restart the emulator anyway. Because of the fact it was frozen. I was just like, yeah, I shouldn't record another video right now. That would have been bad. Now I can record again though. I'm surprised I bought. Wait a minute. If I was. Oh, right. Well. Alright, I'm good. I'm surprised I remembered there was a card fight. Alright, my turn's over. Your move. I don't have a grudge against his death. Mainly Nova Grapplers. Okay. Are you going to get a trigger, dude? Because I don't want that. Okay, good. He didn't get one. I'm pleased. I don't know how this game is programmed, so I'm not sure what's fixed. I'm not sure where the fixtures are. That doesn't make sense. Well, still, I don't know how this works. It's been a long time since I've cleared these chapters. I cleared these chapters a long time ago. Okay, well then. I draw. Okay, and I can't really do much of anything. Alright. I'll use what I have at my disposal. Although, unfortunately, I'm not sure what this means. Am I going to win or am I going to lose? It's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to be sure. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I think that I've got things... I think I've got things under control. I fought Dark Regulars a number of times, so I should be okay. I've used that clan before. There's evidence. There's evidence somewhere. I'm not sure in which video, but there's evidence. Okay, he's probably going to take a stand trigger. How dare you? Oh, that's my problem with Nova Grapper. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, what's in my hand again? I don't know what's in my hand. I forgot. I don't know if I want to stride. Okay, yeah, I don't want to stride. This would be a bad idea. He's going down. Although not quickly enough, unfortunately. Okay, I think it's still too early for me to act. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna take out his rear guard. He has a lot of rear guards. And so far, I guess I have to wait until I'm not sure how this is going to go. I thought I had him for a moment, but then he just got rid of cards on my field. Like most of my back row. That was awful. Like, my back row was there for a reason, and he got rid of it. I wasn't familiar with this strategy. It's been a while. I used to be familiar with it, probably, but not anymore. Okay. This is bad. Am I going to have to start over? Maybe, but I'm not going to give up this yet because there's still a chance. There is always a chance. Okay, hold on a second. I'm not going to stride because I've decided this isn't a good game. This isn't a good card fight for that. Striding is actually dangerous. I don't have the resources for that. Okay, he's not letting me do much damage, which is good because of the kind of card game this is, but I'm surprised he's giving me a fight. Wow. That sounds awful. Alright, my turn is over. He has 11 cards left in his deck, I think. I've got 18. Okay, and he's... Okay, this is... I'm gonna run out of cards eventually. I'm gonna run out of cards to defend myself eventually. This is not good at all. Okay. Maybe I can see if he decks out. That's a stupid strategy, though. I don't think I can hold out that long. I think I should just avoid that strategy at all costs because it's dumb. Okay. Well then. This is definitely unfortunate. Alright. I have to attack a grade 1? That's rare. That is so rare. I'm trying to hurt him, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I may have underestimated him. Perhaps I should use a different clan. We'll see. We'll see. You got a heal trigger, I see, but it's mostly useless, except for the fact that you get to attack a rear guard. My only rear guard. Oh, actually... Oh, well, I'm glad my rear guard is still there, but this doesn't help me much. No. This is definitely bad. I'm just saying what I'm saying here. And he hasn't been... Okay, I've got him there. Now I'm going to attack him. Hopefully I can win. This is definitely not looking good for me. Okay, he could win this, but I hope he doesn't, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks bad for him, but I don't know. Things may be better than they look, honestly. My sentinel has been invoked, my last form of protection. No striding, I said that I'm not doing that. I'm surprised I have enough counterblast to use Blaster Dark's effects. Okay, I'm attacking you, and you're going to lose. Unfortunately for me. I thought that I was probably screwed. But I knew that I still had a chance, which is why I continued. Okay, well, holding out was a good move. It was a good move, but that was definitely very brutal. Alright, so what happens after this? I'm just curious. Also, am I going to remember which part of the chapter this is? I can always check the previous video for that. Although I know that I just did a card fight, so maybe I can just check which... Yeah, I just did a card fight, so I know it's one of those. This has meaning. I can just find it by looking at which part was the card fight. Is that your excuse for going against everything the Promotion Association stands for? The problem is, you totally screwed over Shion's family, and you got Rummy Labyrinth involved, not to mention my dad. Do you know what Mikuru went through because my dad wasn't around? And me too. It doesn't make sense. Considering I was trying to make everyone happy, there sure are a lot of people suffering. You're not the only one who had to suffer. I can't figure out why your father betrayed me. Okay, that's a weird card to turn on him, but sure. I mean, sure, let's compare scars, Myojin, that's good. That's going to make everything better. No, it won't. I'm being sarcastic. We should not compare scars. That's dangerous. That was the whole point of me complaining about it. But also, I don't like when people negate their own scars. Like, no, acknowledge your scars. Just don't use them to hurt people. If through my actions you had an unhappy childhood, I apologize for that. I'm honestly sorry. However, I don't regret it. Sacrifices are needed. Hold on a second. If you don't regret it, how can you apologize and have it mean anything? And that's the whole point of me not apologizing for certain shit. Because I know that the apology is hollow. And your apology is hollow too, Myojin. Your apology doesn't have any weight at all. It's not even the weight of a feather. That's how hollow it is. In order for us to achieve our goal, in order for us to achieve our goal, I was even prepared to offer up my own life. And no one asked you to do that. If you truly believe in something, then using deception is not the way to go about getting it. You guys took advantage of the power collected from unsuspecting card fighters within the association. The founder of the association tarnished its image with his actions. If you honestly believe in Vanguard as a fair way of life, then how can you justify the dirty tricks that have been used against those who play it? And nothing that's worth having comes without a cost. What? When the perfect future arrives and an eternal age of peace becomes a reality, the sacrifices will prove to have been worth. When the perfect future arrives and an eternal age of peace, what? This just doesn't make any logical sense to me. There are too many people that didn't consent to this. I mean, consent would mean that pretty much every human on the planet agrees with this. And that is absolutely not the case here. So, obviously, they're doing something wrong. When the perfect future arrives and an eternal age of peace becomes a reality, the sacrifices will prove to have been worthwhile. Cut the nonsense. Chrono Shindo, you're different from your father. It's funny. I always thought that Rive held some sort of special power. It seems I was wrong. I had my suspicions after the preliminary experiment at the United Sanctuary branch, but became sure of it during the G-Quest. Chrono, I believe you're the special one. What do you mean by that? Well, your name is Chrono, which I assume is derived from the deity's name. Although that is more of an assumption than me actually doing research. You stand out from everyone else as the first person to create a path between planet Cray and this world. You're the one. I'm not sure if I agree with this, but I'm also not sure if I can disagree. That is the problem here. Though he does indeed stand out. I mean, he has that hair. Through your sacrifice, as adults, isn't it more important to ensure that we put smiles on the faces of our children? Yes. A different Yuya would agree with you, Mamoru. Yes, I had to specify a different Yuya because this game has one as well. Just the worst one. In fact, the other Yuya is actually a good person. The one in this game, though, is trash. By using the card fighters and soiling the good name of Vanguard, do you seriously think anyone's going to listen to what you've got to say? How can you face the people you're meant to protect? How can you face the people you're meant to protect with a clean conscience? When you have to use such dirty tricks to get what you want. It's not right. Satoru? What are you saying? No, you mean Ugh. Chrono, don't you want to dedicate yourself to creating a future for the people who are most important to you? It looks like the jury has come to a verdict. If you really want to be the one to go out and face them, that's fine with me. Do whatever you want. However, my plan was for Rummy Labyrinth to be the ones to pass judgment, if by any chance you're unable to beat him. So there's the truth. These girls are going to be the ones handing out judgment, not me. Mind if we get started? Thanks, Anishi. I'll go this time. Stand up, the Vanguard. I ride Zodiac Time Beast, Time of the Ox, Chrono Beat Buffalo. Arg! Attack. Arg! Are you okay? Mamoru! 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 Luna. No. That's the thing about fighting monsters. You really need to be careful and not to become a monster yourself. When you stare into the abyss stares right back at you. What? What's more cursed? The fact that he said this, or the fact that I said it? I don't want to have anything in common with this guy. Seriously, he's horrible. The Peacemaker has awakened. And now keep going. Struggle some more. Ugh. It's me. It's me. Okay, I'll leave you in charge of the cleanup. I'm sure you're going to need some time to carefully think this through. Let's meet tomorrow, the same time, the same place. You really think I'm going to show up? I know this video is a bit long, but honestly, it's better than some of the shit I've done in the past. Can you imagine me recording 5+ hours of me doing this in a single video? And that'd be ridiculous, and I'm glad I don't do that anymore. I'm honestly very glad I don't. Anyway, that's me to wrap things up for this video. In the next video, I know exactly where I am, so I'll be there soon. I'll be back to continue.